Welcome to the Kick in the Tires race recap for the NASCAR Cup Series.
Our goal, like always, is to sort through what happened, figure out what really matters, and understand what this all means for the sport, especially with the big championship moments coming up fast. We are, of course, talking about Shane Van Gisbergen's performance at Watkins Glen. I mean, you see dominant wins, sure, but this one, it just looked almost effortless, like he was just on another level.
And that's exactly why we need to dig into it. I mean, SVG's win there, it isn't just another victory lap. It carves out a pretty unique spot in the history books, actually.
Right.
And it sends a very clear message, a loud one, about how the rest of this season might play out. It definitely raises questions about team strategies, driver specialities, and that whole playoff picture.
You said historic. What for you was the thing, the stat, the moment from the Glen that just summed up how dominant he was? What made you kind of sit up?
Oh, easy. The margin of victory. He finished, get this, 11.116 seconds ahead of Christopher Bell.
Wow, 11 seconds.
Yeah. In Cup racing, that's not just winning. That's like being in a different zip code sometimes. It's a real statement.
That kind of gap is almost, we just don't see it much these days. And it wasn't just the lead at the end, right? He really controlled things for a lot of that race.
Oh, absolutely. He led the most laps, 38 out of 90, and crucially, the final 17 laps. That's when it counts. And what's also wild is that this was, his fourth Cup Series road course win this season.
Fourth one, yeah.
And his second win this year by more than 10 seconds. I mean, think about that. For a guy who's 36, from New Zealand, a multi-time champ in Australian supercars, to come into NASCAR's top level and do this, it's not just impressive, it tells a story. That supercar's background, it's famous for really technical road racing, demanding car control. Well, it seems almost perfectly suited for these tracks in NASCAR.
That supercars experience definitely seems key. So thinking about all his wins this year, does this Watkins Glen one feel different? Does it cement his place, or is it just, another highlight and an amazing rookie run that might level out?
No, I think this cements it, definitely. With this win, Shane Van Gisbergen joins Dan Gurney. Dan Gurney. As the only drivers to get their first 5 career Cup wins exclusively on road courses.
That's incredible company. Gurney was a legend.
Exactly. And Eichel could win in anything.
Yeah.
To be in that same sentence for this specific thing, it really highlights SVG's unique talent and how quickly he's made an impact.
Yeah.
And the timing. This win comes the same weekend Trackhouse announced his multi-year contract extension. So no, definitely not a flash in the pan. He's here, and he's changing the game on road courses.
Okay, so after a drive like that, and with the contract news, what was he like? Did he say anything that sort of captured it all? Relief? Joy?
He did, yeah. It kind of shows his personality, I think. Humble but driven. He said, good to get that one back, because he finished second there last year.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And he added, what an awesome race. Coming back through the field after his final pit stop, I had a lot of fun. The car was just amazing again. Another win. Awesome.
Sounds pretty happy.
Yeah. And then he reflected a bit, saying, it's the stuff you dream about, right? I'm just a very lucky guy to get to drive for an amazing bunch of people and just execute. The day just went flawlessly, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you, everyone. Pure joy, sounds like, but also giving credit to the team. Good stuff.
And the fact this is his first full-time season at this level, it just makes it even crazier. It's not just Watkins Glen. This guy has been, almost untouchable on these road courses, breaking records.
That's exactly right. His 4 wins this year, Mexico City, Chicago, Sonoma, and now the Glen that gives him the rookie win record, which is just unheard of for someone stepping in like he has.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. He now ties Denny Hamlin for the most wins in the whole series this year.
Ties Hamlin, wow.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin, always a championship contender. It's a huge testament to SVG's skill and how quickly he's adapted. Honestly, right now, when they go to a road course, it feels like the competition is measuring themselves by how close they can finish to him, not necessarily about beating him.
That's a scary thought for the other teams.
It forces everyone else to really look hard at their road course programs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe even look for more specialized talent themselves.
Okay, so SVG was just in his own world at the Glen. But what about the rest of the field? The established stars, the guys fighting tooth and nail for those playoff spots. How did they handle being, so clearly second best that day? What's the feeling in the garage about this guy?
It seems like a mix, frustration, definitely. But also, you got to respect it. Christopher Bell, he finished second for Gibbs. Actually made a nice pass on Buescher on the last lap to get that spot.
Okay.
And Bell's quote afterwards really said it all. He was like, I'm thrilled today because we've been struggling a little bit. Really awesome to have a good day, but frustrated to get our butts kicked by the 88 car doing such a great job. That team has really got it going on.
Got to appreciate the honesty there. Got our butts kicked.
Pretty much sums it up, doesn't it?
But you mentioned Chris Buescher. Didn't he win this race last year?
He did. That's what makes it so interesting. Buescher beat SVG here in 2024.
So what happened this time? Was Buescher's car off, or has SVG just raised the bar that much in a year?
Probably a bit of both, honestly. But SVG has definitely raised the bar. Buescher still had a good day, finished third, and that was huge for his playoff chances. He's holding on to that final spot right now by 34 points over his teammate Ryan Preece.
So those points are critical.
Absolutely critical. And Buescher knew it. He said had a fast race car again and definitely took the opportunity to capitalize on some stage points early. He won stage 1, actually. Got 10 really important points there.
Right. Those stage points add up.
They really do. He went on, still got back into second place, was making some pretty good headway, but just got used up really hard getting by a couple cars.
Yeah.
And it fell off pretty hard there at the end. So, sounds like he fought hard, maximized points, but just didn't have SVG's long-run speed. Every single point matters intensely right now.
So even finishing third felt like a battle for survival almost. What about some of the other big names? How did they fare, and what does it mean for the bigger picture?
Well, William Byron, Hendrick Motorsports, number 24.
Right.
He finished fourth. Pretty solid day for him.
Good points day.
Yeah, and it actually stretched his regular season points lead to 42 over his teammate, Chase Elliott.
Oh, he had a rough one. Finished 26th.
Ouch. That's rare for Elliott. First time outside the top 20 all season for him. So, yeah, bit of a stumble there. Let's see. Chase Briscoe, now in the JGR19 car, he finished 5th. Made a last lap pass on Ryan Blaney, who started on pole.
Nice move by Briscoe.
Yeah, good recovery. And then you had SVG's teammate Daniel Suarez in 7th. Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick, the 23 XI guys, 8th and 9th. And Ross Chastain rounded out the top 10 for Trackhouse. So even with SVG way out front, the fight behind him was super tight. Lots of talent packed in there.
Okay, so beyond just the finishing order at the Glen, this win, and SVG's whole season really, it sends massive shockwaves through the playoff picture, doesn't it? We're getting down to the wire in the regular season. Every spot, every point, every pass. It could literally decide who even gets a shot at the title. How does this Watkins Glen result shape that battle?
It definitely sharpens the focus. Hugely. So right now you've got 13 drivers who are locked into the playoffs because they've won a race this regular season.
Okay, 13 locked in.
Yep. The playoffs. For anyone needing a quick refresher, that's NASCAR's championship tournament at the end of the year. 16 drivers make it, battle it out. So with 13 spots taken by winners, there aren't many left for guys trying to get in on points.
Leaves just 3 spots open based on points right now.
Exactly. And currently holding on to those spots are Tyler Reddick, Alex Bolin from Hendrick, and Chris Buescher, who we just talked about. They're on the bubble, but right now they're in.
Okay, so who's right on the outside looking in? Who's feeling the heat with only a couple races left?
Just below that cut line, you've got Ryan Preece and then Kyle Busch. Kyle's actually 102 points back right now.
Oof, 102 points is a lot to make up in 2 races.
It's a mountain to climb on points alone, which puts enormous pressure on these next 2 races. You've got Richmond, Virginia, and then Daytona Beach.
2 very different tracks.
Totally different. Richmond's a short track, beating and banging, close racing. Daytona is. Well, it's Daytona.
Yeah.
Super speedway chaos, CAC racing, anything can happen. It's a total wild card.
Which means a new winner at either Richmond or Daytona could just blow up the whole playoff bubble, right? If someone who isn't currently locked in, maybe Preece or Kyle Busch or someone else entirely, pulls off a win.
Absolutely. That's the big fear for guys like Reddick, Bowman, and Buescher.
Yeah.
If a driver currently outside that top 16 snags a win at Richmond or Daytona, they automatically get in. They punch your ticket.
Knock someone else out.
And knock the lowest points guy currently in right out.
Yeah.
It adds this incredible layer of tension. Everyone's on edge. That next race, the Cookout 400 at Richmond, Saturday night, it's going to be absolutely critical. You'll see teams taking big swings.
So as you're listening, just picture that pressure cooker. The strategy, the risks teams might take, especially with a guy like Van Gisbergen showing what's possible, even if it's on a different type of track. Every move counts.
Wow, okay, what a deep dive into Watkins Glen and its fallout. We've really unpacked Shane Van Gisbergen's just stunning road course dominance, felt the heat from the competition chasing him, and seen just how tight those margins are getting for the playoffs. It's an incredible season, so much talent, so much pressure. Every single lap feels heavy right now.
It really does. And maybe the final thought for you, the listener, is this. with only 2 races left before the playoffs. And knowing that a surprise winner could change everything. How much can one driver's exceptional, maybe even specialized performance like SVG's at the Glen? How much can that ripple through the entire playoff structure? Think about that domino effect. One guy's incredible skill on one type of track could genuinely alter the championship hopes and dreams of maybe half a dozen other drivers. It's not just about the win itself. It's about the huge, maybe unexpected impact it has on everyone else fighting for those final spots.